Hey everyone, welcome to another video on the Handsome Smells channel. Thank you for joining me. Today I'll be doing a first impressions of a fragrance from the house of Giorgio Beverly Hills, and this is called Giorgio Beverly Hills for Men or Giorgio Beverly Hills pour homme. So this is a house which I wasn't aware of before. A few weeks ago, I think about a month ago, I came across someone's video on YouTube and they spoke about this fragrance and mentioned it was like an 80s masculine classic, and they compared it a lot to this legendary French perfume Givenchy Gentleman. This is a beautiful patchouli and civet based fragrance that I really enjoy, and it really intrigued me. This fragrance also intrigued me in the sense that it was only £13. I got this for about £13 or £14 here in the UK off a discounter website. So super cheap and super affordable, and I thought I have to get my nose on this. Giorgio Beverly Hills, it's a house I've never come across before, but reading online, Giorgio Beverly Hills was a fragrance house founded in America in the early 60s, I believe in 1961, by a married couple. They were called Fred and Gail Haven. So they founded that house, which was, I believe, in California, and this boutique store which they sold designer clothes, etc., had like an awning outside. So it's like that sort of cover outside of the store which gives shade, and it was in this color and patterning, which is why the packaging has this really striking yellow and white stripes. So they released this fragrance in 1984, Giorgio Beverly Hills pour homme in 1984, and the house of Giorgio Beverly Hills was actually sold for about 160 million in the late 80s, I believe in 1987, to Avon, which is maybe why I've never heard of them before. They sold off their company. So let's unbox this and give this a first impressions, and I'm going to do a quick comparisons to Givenchy Gentleman as well, so, because many people have mentioned that they smell alike. From a video that I was watching on Wafts of the Lofts, they mentioned that they preferred this one compared to the newer formulation of Givenchy Gentleman. So let's see. Okay, let's give this a unboxing. Remove the cellophane. Some people remove the cellophane so neatly, but I'm just like, who cares? It's going to go in the bin. The cellophane, that is. I usually don't even keep the boxes as well. Let me know if you guys keep the boxes of your fragrances. Maybe if it's an expensive fragrance, makes sense, but I don't really consider myself a collector of perfume, so I don't really keep the box, but I do like this box. It's very striking. So they've got the logo here, Giorgio Beverly Hills for Men or pour homme. So let's open this and see what the bottle looks like. And that's what the bottle looks like. I can already smell it inside the bottle, inside the box, sorry. Okay, here is the bottle. I'm just going to put the box over there. I do like the glass bottle. It's very beautiful, and I enjoy this sort of design that they've got going on. They've got the logo here. It doesn't say the fragrance's name or anything. There's some information at the bottom. So this is 118 ml of 4 floral ounces. I think that's how the Americans have their little measuring system. And I picked this up for £14, so super cheap. And the cap is very plasticky and very cheap, but the bottle itself, it looks gorgeous. I really like the bottle. It comes across like a vintage perfume bottle. Would look really nice in a collection. And the green neon sort of juice. Okay, let's give this a first impressions. I've got a testing strip here and see what I get. Okay. Wow, I can smell it in the air already. Oh, it opens up with a bit of alcohol, which is expected from a such cheap fragrance, but there's a lot of brightness and lots of greenness. The opening is very, very green and bright. There's a touch of sweetness and a little bit of spiciness as well. I'll be completely honest, this doesn't remind me of Givenchy's Gentleman in the opening anyway. I think once the fragrance develops on your skin, maybe after the initial application or the top notes fade away, it might smell a little bit different. But the opening smells very bright. It's got some sweetness, some floral sort of sweetness, but a lot of greenness. I'm not sure if the green juice is what's putting me off, but there's a certain green note in the opening. Now it's becoming a little bit darker, and it's got a little bit of a woodsy note, and I'm guessing that's from the patchouli, similar to Givenchy Gentleman, which is a patchouli based fragrance. But the patchouli in Givenchy's Gentleman is a little bit more brighter and wetter feeling. This one, the patchouli, it comes across a little bit more darker, a little bit smokier and very earthy and very woody. Okay, I'm just going to spray on Givenchy's Gentleman to give it a comparison to Giorgio Beverly Hills Boron. So far, from memory, this smells, Givenchy's Gentleman smells completely different. So I'll give it that a little spray. Yeah, this is just night and day in terms of the opening. I get the fresh, like bright and sort of dark, musky, infused patchouli straight away. This opens up a lot more animalic on my skin. I'm not sure if this is like an older bottle or anything. I picked it up on a fragrance group about 5 years ago. I'm not too sure on what the when this was formulated, but this is much more like 80s masculine powerhouse compared to this one. This must be a newer formulation. Okay, let me smell Giorgio Beverly Hills again. This is a lot more cleaner. So there's like a bright, clean quality compared to Givenchy Gentleman, with some greenness, some sweetness, and there is a little bit of an earthiness. But this is, it smells much cleaner and gentlemanly compared to Givenchy's Gentleman. This one, it's a lot darker. There's a smokier element, and the patchouli is a lot more bright, but also has like a woodier and earthier quality. And there's definitely like a civet animalicness in Givenchy's Gentleman. Over Giorgio Beverly Hills. This one, I wouldn't say it smells like Givenchy's Gentleman on first impressions. I'll have to wear it and maybe see if the dry down is any different. Okay, let's see what the note breakdown is on Giorgio Beverly Hills. So let's just open it up here. At the top, you're going to get aldehydes, orange, fruity notes, and bergamot. Okay, I can understand the brightness now coming from the aldehydes, and I was getting like a sweetness, which must be coming from like the fruity notes. The heart of the fragrance is patchouli, rose, carnation, cinnamon, sandalwood, cedar, and orris root. You definitely do pick up a little bit of the patchouli, like I mentioned, which gives off that sort of earthy, woodier quality. And you also get the woodier quality possibly from the sandalwood and the cedar. And the base of the fragrance is honey, oak moss, benzoin, amber, vanilla, musk, and tonka bean. Now the greenness that I was saying I was picking up in this scent, which I thought was confusing me because of the colour of the perfume, it must be coming from the note of the oak moss. Now this is must be a new formulation, and we all know what Ephra has done with oak moss. So maybe this fragrance smelled a little bit more different in the past. For £14 that I picked this up, this is brilliant for the price. I'll obviously have to do a proper wearing to see what it's like, but this is a solid cheapy fragrance to pick up. Would I say it's on the level of Givenchy Gentleman? Not at all. These are night and day. Obviously this costs maybe about 3 to 4 times the price. But if you're looking for a fragrance that smells exactly like this one, I don't see the comparison on first impressions. I'll have to do a testing of this one on skin and wear it out throughout the day, but I'm not getting any animalics in this. Givenchy's Gentleman, I definitely pick up the civet. is it the civet or castoreum? There's an animalic note within Givenchy's Gentleman. Oh, it's just that beautiful furry sort of leatheriness that I pick up in Givenchy's Gentleman that I'm not picking up in Giorgio Beverly Hills. I think you can, from first impressions, this smells like a clean aftershave-y sort of fragrance your dad would have worn. I can see myself wearing this to work, and it could work as someone's signature fragrance because it's quite an inoffensive. But there's no animalics in this. There's a patchouli, but there's a lot more. What I'm getting is greenness, a bit of sweetness and brightness. That's from first impressions. Anyway, so guys, this was my first impressions of Giorgio Beverly Hills for men. I hope you've enjoyed this first impressions. If you have, please do leave me a like and a comment below. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do. Until next time, my friends, see you later.